The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back and welcome in. This is hour number 2 of The Local Show. Get ready for riveting interviews with Shawn Patane, owner of Preferred Powersports, George Powers, owner of Powers Accounting, Rick Rarick is the board chairman of Matthew 25 Farm, part of Onondaga Grown, and finally we'll talk with Aaron Look, who is the owner of Glass Doctor right here in Syracuse. Right now we say a hearty, healthy good afternoon to Shawn Patane, owner of Preferred Powersports. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Very good, my friend. Very good. So times are a-changing. You know, you probably, your business goes along with the seasons, right?
Always trying to recalibrate, yeah.
Yeah, that's something else.
How far ahead do you have to think? Because they put out Halloween candy. I just think that's a little early.
How far ahead do I have to think, or do I make all my employees think?
Yeah. Well, we're in August now, so really you got August, September, and then people are hunting and
we're rolling into ATV and off-road side-by-side season now, and it's just recalibrate from the watercraft and the boats that we did all summer, spring and summer. And so we're transitioning into that. Just an interesting time.
Yeah. Any of the four-wheelers or side-by-sides, do they go on the road at all, or are they all off-road?
No, everything's off-road. I mean, you'll see some that are on the road and registered in different states, but it's a complicated process, and we don't get too involved in that.
Gotcha. So how has this summer been going? How did your watercraft move out and things like that?
Really good. I mean, we saw a little bit of a slowdown this year in sales, obviously, with just the weather changes going on, but we sold more than we thought we were gonna. So we were happy there. And we got a lot of people out on the water this year. I mean, we got a lot of people out on the water. A lot of new people too.
What has been the most popular motorcycle this year?
Motorcycle, it's been smaller bikes. There hasn't been one particular model, but we do real well with the smaller Kawasaki and Yamahas, of course. The price points are just amazing on them, and you can get out there and ride for pretty reasonable price, and they're super inexpensive to run. So when you get into that 500, 650, 700 class motorcycle, just amazing.
Is a louder bike safer?
You've heard that a lot of times.
I just thought of that because one went screaming by me on 41. I was going home the other night, and the guy was highly illegally speeding. But he went, and it wasn't. I didn't hear it coming. And some of the bikes you hear coming, did not hear this thing coming.
I don't have a lot of theories on loud bikes. I think just the riding style is the real issue.
Right.
In fairness, let's face it, we're all in our own little world when we're driving right now, and so everybody's got to pay a little bit more attention. And that's drivers, that's motorcyclists, everybody. Yeah, we all get along just fine.
I'm not sure the motorcycle was going too fast. It might have been Steve doing 30.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it.
I'm right lane on 41 North. Okay.
At 35 miles.
I make sure my signaler's off, though. I don't want to.
Great. That guy.
Let's tell our listeners exactly what Preferred Powersports is. How long ago did you start the business?
We've been doing this for 22 years now. We're coming up on our 22nd year. Yep.
That's wonderful. And approximately how much inventory do you carry regularly? I mean, I know it goes up and down.
Oh yeah, it varies. I mean, we came in the spring with 500 plus units, but we're probably 300 units now. We're really starting to stock up again with ATVs and side by sides. We just bought a pile of ATVs from Polaris, so we had some. There were some 24s. So it was a good buy, right? There were some 24s before they released the 25s. I got big rebates on them, and they asked us if we wanted some, and kind of the proverbial truckload sale kind of thing. And that's actually what it is. So we're excited about that.
So if someone wants a four-wheeler Polaris, timing?
Yeah, great timing. I think 30 may be in stock right now, another 25 to 30 on the way in. So if there's something that you want, Polaris ATV, we were able to get a little aggressive on the pricing because we're able to buy so many of them and just tell people, come on in, see what we've got. Get your name on one, take one home, grab one of the ones that's coming in a few days. We'll make it happen for you.
Pretty easy financing?
Yeah, I mean, financing is always subject to, people's credit scores and payment history.
Those things are related.
Yeah, they are related. It's very hard to separate those two things. But we got some great options for financing, and sometimes the manufacturers have amazing financing, and sometimes our local banks and credit unions are just way better. We'll shop at whatever's the best way to do it for the customer.
much difference between the 24s and 25 models?
And so they haven't really released all the information on the 25s yet based on what we're seeing. Yeah, there's going to be some cosmetic changes, but fundamentally, the Polaris, in particular the Polaris, they're great machines. The ride quality is astonishing, and you can get on one of those and just ride all day. And so if we can save you a couple grand over a 25, it's probably worth doing. So.
Now you have to trailer those because they're not on the road.
Unless you got some big property, sure.
Yeah. Do you have trailers as well? Or?
Oh yeah, tons of trailers. Yeah. What we're seeing is most ATVs will fit in the back of a pickup truck, and we've got ramps and stuff like that. Right. So if it's just one person, a lot of times a pickup truck's easier. You're carrying a couple machines, we'll do trailers, and a lot of people repurpose trailers for a lot of different things. So
how is your used inventory? How far back do you go?
So used inventory varies. I mean, it really depends on what the trade-in situation looks like at the time. Mm-hmm. We don't normally have a ton of trade-in models. They tend to come in and go out pretty quick. So we encourage people, if you're looking for something in particular, come in, talk to one of the sales guys, any one of the guys, and just let them know what you're looking for. And we'll keep an eye out, whether it's a trade-in or whether it's something that we can actually buy through one of the group sales or something. We'll find you something. So
if I'm looking for a new side-by-side or four-wheeler, and I order now a new one, can I get it this year?
If you're ordering a new one, it's interesting because we don't always have the opportunity to order specific models. They allocate it in blocks.
Based on what?
Oh, I mean, particularly Honda and Yamaha have limited availability on certain models, so we don't know when we're going to get an allocation. I know people get frustrated because they say, "I want to order this Honda, Pioneer, whatever, in blue,
in a certain color."
You're like, "Okay, great. I don't know when that's going to pop up on my computer as available."
I see. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. Yeah, and we wish it did.
Interesting.
So sometimes I go online and you have tons of great reviews. And then there's always the weird odd ones, right?
Yeah. Those are frustrating.
They've got to be frustrating because I know you're passionate about service. You're passionate about the business and doing it right and making it right. And that's got to be like, okay. I mean, you've got 4 or 5 stars. I mean, you got high ratings here. And there's always that little odd one that's like, you didn't answer the phone at night. Well, yeah, I wasn't there.
We're busy. I mean, I think what it boils down to is we are super, super busy. I mean, we have customers waiting for service appointments, and it's frustrating. But with parts availability, with how complicated things have gotten, service takes a while. We've got 5-6 guys back there flat out all the time.
Wow, that's a big service.
Plus the setup guys. I mean, the setup guys. And so when we tell somebody, hey, we're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks out for service, we're looking at what type of service you need, who is the right technician, when can we do this, and trying to slot you in at the best time.
Sure.
And it's not always compatible with what the customer needs, but we can't. We have to preserve the integrity of.
I mean, you're the biggest service team around, and you guys are busy, so you're doing stuff right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's frustrating because when you see a bad review, you're just so disappointed by it. You're so frustrated by it, and you say, what did we do wrong? What did we say wrong? How did we not convey to somebody how busy we are, how much we do care, but we can't put you in front of everybody else. And that's often what the reviews are about.
Sometimes people are just nuts. Can we just say that?
Sometimes they're crazy. Yeah. And sometimes we're just having a terrible day and we blow it. I mean, let's be honest, right? I mean,
but to own that, a lot of people would just cover that up and say, "Oh, we're perfect. Why would we do that?" But I know you're OCD about getting it right.
Yeah, and I am, and we're not going to get it right every time. We service 3,000-4,000 units a year. There's going to be situations where we blow it, or the parts don't work out, or whatever it is, and it's just, we're human. I mean, and my techs are. I mean, these guys work really hard, but they're going to make a mistake.
Polaris 4-wheelers, you're stacking them up like cordwood. You got good deals on those right now.
Yeah, there's going to be some good.
Preferred Powersports in Cicero, Route 11. Just get off at Cicero, shoot up there a couple miles on the right. And that's where you're at.
We appreciate it. Hope to see everybody.
Right. Thank you, Shawn, for being here. Okay, coming up next, we're going to talk with Shawn Powers. Yeah, Shawn Powers.
Shawn Powers. Austin Powers.
George Powers. He's the owner of Powers Accounting right here on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.